The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Hall to start the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Hall on a give up the middle. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. You can look at the defense for these Texans. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Texans will take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. Here's Stroud. He's got it to Collins, complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Stroud to throw it. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The Texans hit 4-7 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And Stroud now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now the first carry here for the... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back. It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Escaping. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Second and 5. Now back to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Lloyd. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On ill-advised throw down, it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. He can't do it all on one throw.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting it with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Stroud looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense, and they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
11.
Now Stroud. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
2nd down and 3. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Throwing now is Stroud. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10.
Thank you, Texas. Why, Tony? Hey.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking to throw on second down. Stroud got his man complete over the middle. That's Wood. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Stroud keeps it. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. This one left side caught by Collins. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hey, uno more.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
All right.
Stroud out of the gun here. And got his man. Is caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And
they intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Here now, 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And the Raiders have got him. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Stroud. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, let's go.
The slot man in motion right. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Wood. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Third down and 13.
South. All right. 19 Texas. Why Tony?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wood. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Already. Hey, uno. Hey.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Raiders 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half They didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line.
Look the high, look the high. Buggy.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wood. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Stroud working out of the gun. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It was Myles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Texas. Why Tony? Hey.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's going deep for Bateman. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Operating from the gun, Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him, because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Under. 2J. Bucky.
Out of the gun now on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Hey, south.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! Nico Collins with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw. This is caught by Tucker. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. A very solid gain of 27. Back to throw now on first down. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Houston. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There's Hall bringing in another one. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A handoff for Hall. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll look to run with Hall. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Breece Hall with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Raiders 21. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Stroud to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 4. Stroud pass is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's a give to Hall. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Oh, ready.
Stroud looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now is 2nd and 10.
Uno more. Look the hot.
As Stroud now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wood. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Why, Tony?
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Hey, uno. Hey.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Hey, uno more.
Here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing now is Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here goes Stroud again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Pass complete right side to Bowers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect